Hey guys, it's Simone here, and I have 10 pro tips. Well, I guess you could just say regular tips. But anyway, I got 10 tips for you, sis. Today I'm spilling the tea and I'm letting you know things that have helped me in 1 year of being locked. So stay tuned, here we go. Okay, so jumping right into it. And if you see me looking down, it's because I have my notes so I can stay focused for you. But here we go. Number one is patience. No brainer, right? Maybe you're smarter than me. I don't know. But anyway, patience was super duper critical for me, and stay tuned with me because I am going to give you some real tips. But don't overlook this one because patience is one of those ones that, we all start out with this picture in our head of what we're going to look like, how we're going to be, what we intend to look like with our hair, what we intend for our hair to do when we first hop on this journey, or when we're thinking about getting locked. But that's not how it always starts off. Like you don't start off with, unless you have the specific length that you want, and then you start being locked right at that length, right? Most people are gonna need some patience, right? Some patience to get through those long days where you look and you don't see growth and you don't seem like you're retaining length, or you just feel like nothing's happening. Patience is key because I'm telling you, it's happening, it's locking, you're getting there, it's growing. Just gotta wait for it. So have patience. Number two, maintenance. Okay, so I know this is gonna be for my people who are the barbershop ladies, who are the salon ladies, who love to go to the salon and have their situation taken care of, and they don't touch their hair until the next time they go to the salon. And that's great. But I will say, at least during the first year or so, until your hair, settles down and your hair is locked and you get into that rhythm, that, that equilibrium, to where your hair is maintainable and all of that, by you are going to have to do some maintenance yourself. Yes. In between the times where you go to the salon, you go to visit your loctician and she takes care of you, he or she takes care of you, you are going to have to maintain your hair yourself. It just is what it is, sis. You're just going to have to do it. Meaning you're going to have to braid and bend. You're going to have to separate your hair every time you wash your hair, right? You're going to have to make sure that you, keep up with it. And if you don't, you will pay for it. So I'm telling you now, just make sure that you're following the instructions of your loctician. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not like you have to do something crazy. It's not like you're going to be dealing with your hair as much as you would your loose natural hair. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying that you are going to have to groom yourself, sis. You're going to have to get in there and take care of some things until you get into your loctician's chair, or you're going to have to get on their schedule more frequently and have them do it. So those are the two options, but definitely do either or, not neither. All right. So number three, I learned a hard lesson from washing my hair too frequently. I didn't know that was a thing. See, when I had loose natural hair, I would wash my hair maybe every 2 days or so, every 2-3 days, depending on my situation, because I was working out, I was going to the gym, I'm very active. So it was just kind of like, it was a lot, right? For me not to wash my hair, it was just a thing. And, I didn't really know about anything else. So I just would do like a little co-wash, or I would legit wash my hair, but I definitely needed moisture. Well, when I have locks, I'm realizing that because of my hair and the way that, my hair is structured, is just too much. The water is just too much too frequently. So what I did to combat the oiliness and, the freshness, because I love to have clean hair. I love to have my hair smell good, because then you smell good, you feel good, and you get your swag together, right? But so not washing my hair was just not gonna be a thing. It was not an option for me. I was like, yeah, I can't do it. So what I did was, and this leads me to my next tip, okay, and that is dry shampoo. I wasn't up on game. Nobody put me on game, okay? I had to go out and figure it out. But one day, I stumbled through I was either through Ulta or somewhere, and I was like, you know what, let me try this. And sis, it helps. It helps tremendously. It stretches me out at least a couple days. So use your dry shampoo if your hair is like mine, to where you need like some, you want your situation to be taken care of. You don't want to be smelling like, you don't love yourself, and you just want some of that oil just like off of you. Dry shampoo, sis, it'll help you at least make it to another day and a half or two. So incorporate it and let me know what you think. The next tip is going to have to be stretching my hair. I learned so much from stretching my locks. Now, I mean, this seems like common sense, right? Because if you have loose natural hair, before you locked it, you knew you had to stretch it if you're kinky curly like me, because you know that if you didn't, you was going to be held to pay, right? Well, with locks, kind of similar. You don't necessarily have to always stretch it. However, it does come in handy when you wash your hair. So braiding and banding is a form of stretching. You can just braid your hair. Now, that's what I do, is I'll put my hair in about like 6 or so braids, or sometimes I might do like a flat braid, just like a cornrow, in order to, just kind of stretch my hair out if I'm going for a particular length. But stretching your hair definitely helps with preventing bunching. You don't want bunching. Learn from me, because I tried to get away with it. I tried it, and I had to have my consultant take care of a couple, or a few, actually, let me not front, okay, pieces in the back. So, she had to go ahead and fix it and MacGyver it, and because it was just super bunched up, and it just wasn't cute. So she went ahead and did that. But stretching your hair definitely helps with that. So do it. And you'll really enjoy it. You'll really enjoy your hair. The next one is going to have to be lint. Sis, it's a thing. It's a real thing. It's legit. It happens, sis. It happens. And it happened to me. And it can happen to you. It can happen to you too. No, but for real, it's a legit thing. And I would hear people all the time before I was Sister Lock say, oh, how much they hated lint, and and all these things. And I was just like, it can't be that bad. I mean, come on. But sis, it's a thing. It's a thing, because I mean, there's nothing worse than putting your hair up, right? You put your hair up in a bun or something or whatever, what have you, and then you just see that one little piece, and you're just like, damn, life ain't fair. No, but I mean, you see the lint, it just kind of kills the vibe. It kills your aesthetic. It kills your look. It kills, what you got going on. So my tip would be twice a week, 5 minutes, okay? 5 minutes twice a week. Go through your hair, even after you shampoo and wash your hair, because sometimes that does not remove the lint, all right? So go through twice a week, 5 minutes, and search and destroy. Search and kill that lint. Take it out, girl. Take it out, because what you want to do is you want to try and catch it before it gets embedded in your lock. Trust me, I've ruined plenty of locks that way, by going in with tweezers, because I was just tweaking on it. I was just like, it has to get out of my hair. This is like, I can't. It just looks, I thought it looked dirty. I was like, everyone sees it. Everyone looks at my hair and thinks, because with locks, you already are going to get those looks and, assumptions from people who are uninformed that, you don't groom your hair, or, so to me, I just try to avoid that. And I mean, I guess some parts of it is what it is, but for me personally, I just really don't like that, right? I love myself. I don't want to be walking around looking like I don't. So yeah, definitely go search and destroy twice a week. All right. Next tip is going to be managing the grays. If your hair is like mine and you grow grays in the front, which is awesome, right? It's great to get grays like just right there in the front where you're just, if you are like me and you grow gray hairs right in the front of your hair, it's okay. My tip is to use henna or dye your hair. My hair is super sensitive to chemicals, so for me, it's gonna be the henna indigo route. It just is what it is. Every month or so, I go ahead and I henna my hair, indigo my hair, and just take care of my situation. In between the times where I'm henning my hair, then I will use like a L'Oreal spray to just kind of, hit the grays, like if I'm in the mood to really care about it, right? So if I'm in the mood, and my grays aren't growing rampant right now, so that's a great thing for me. I can use the little L'Oreal spray or whatever it is just to get rid, just to cover it up just for a little bit. So that's the trick. Henna, dye your hair, or use the L'Oreal, and that'll help you out. That'll help you out in the in-between time for managing your gray hair. The next tip that I have is deep conditioning your hair. It's really serious. So if your hair tends to be on the dry side, and tends to be a little bit more brittle, you might need a bit more protein, or you might need a bit more moisture, either or. But depending on what your hair needs, is super important to deep condition, and that's something that has saved me. In the beginning, I was trying to go by Jane Doe's routine and Sarah Smith's routine and whomever's routine, but I had to get with the program of whatever my hair likes to do, and my hair needs to be deep conditioned, so that's what I did. So my tip really is to, if you know that your hair needs to be conditioned, whether you need protein treatments, that you need moisture treatments, whatever, go ahead and take care of your situation, sis. Go ahead, because your hair will thank you for it and it will flourish. Now, the next tip that I have is trimming your hair. This is a big one for me because I like my curly ends, and I didn't really want to lose them. And so, I didn't really want to lose them, but I had to get rid of those little straggly ends because it was more important for me to get rid of the stragglies than to just have them just kind of hanging around and just looking weird. So, and then I still have my curlies, so it worked out. But definitely, if your hair needs it, this is not for everyone, but if your hair needs it, go ahead, trim your hair. Have a loctician go ahead and take some scissors and get rid of those 1-2 strands on the end of a lock. I mean, it's just, unless that's the look you're going for me it wasn't, it's okay to trim it. And then lastly, my tip would have to be what to do with the baby locks. Okay, like what do we do, right? So for me, I didn't know what to do because all the videos I had watched, which was probably like 1,000 of them before I really got locked, no one was talking about like baby locks. I was just kind of like, well, what do you do? Am I the only one who has like these little locks that are only about like that long, where my like baby hairs would be? Am I the only one who has this? And so what I do with them is, because every time between retightenings, they would just come out, not like come out from my scalp, sis. I mean, they would just unravel, right? And so I was like, man, what am I doing wrong? It just is what it is. My hair around my edges and my temples it's a different, texture, and it tends to be a little bit more loose, so they come out. So what I did is I started to leave more of my my edges not locked, right? For one, because I care about my edges and the health of my hair, but for two is because it's an okay look for me. It doesn't take away from the aesthetic I'm going for, so it's okay. And then I just started to incorporate the other more longer hairs into the longer locks, and that seemed to solve some of my problems. So try it out, let me know what you think. So those are my 10 tips that I have after being locked for 1 year. All right, let me know what you think about the video. Please subscribe, please like it, leave me a comment down below. Join me over on Instagram. I'd love to hear from you. Take care.